guys doing today? Welcome into my little cross-stitch corner on YouTubes. My name is Sheila. I go by the Crow River Stitcher here on YouTube, the Crow River Stitcher over on Instagram, and I have a Etsy shop called She's So Sassy. I sell project bags, which I just did an upload yesterday. Yeah, I loaded up like 10, 12 more bags. I went thrifting. I love thrift shopping and vintage shopping, and we have a lot of great places where we live. And I found a bunch, well, not a bunch, but like a handful, I think 5 different tablecloth table runners that were hand embroidered, and I couldn't leave them at the store. I'm like, oh, you're gonna come home with me. And I wouldn't use them as table runners, but I'm like, oh, they'll be perfect. I can chop them up and make them into project bags. So I made, well, I'll show you one of them. This was from a big tablecloth that had 4 of these mushroom sections on all corners, and in between they had a small mushroom section that I made a smaller bag from. I think 1 or 2 of them sold already, but I have a couple more of these in stock, and I will be making some more of the smaller. So these are kind of like one and done. Like the table runners had the design on either side, and so I was able to get 2 bags out of those, but they're kind of like one of a kind, just fun. But look at all the hand embroidery work that somebody did, and it was just sitting at the thrift store, and I'm like, okay, let's repurpose you, upcycle, make it into a beautiful little bag, and somebody can enjoy this design for years to come. So you can check out the shop. And you know, whenever I go thrifting, I'm always looking for little treasures like that. So you never know what's going to be in my shop. So you can like the shop, and then when I upload new things, you will be the first to know. Okay, so Foley finishes. I just have one Foley finish, and it is a project bag. So this design is from Cottage Garden Samplings, and it's called It's Snow Time #1. I think it's the first one in the series. And he was one of the first things. I think he was like the second chart I ever bought, second or third chart I ever bought. And I really struggled with him, putting him on this blue fabric. I didn't know if I loved the blue fabric, and I just kept going at it. And then I like pull it out, just get it done. So I was able to finish it. It's 2 strands over, it's Lugana, I think, like an even weave from Hobby Lobby. It's called the Steel Blue or something. And I think like 25 count or something like that. But it's the one at Hobby Lobby. And he's not perfect, but he's done. And I really struggled. I almost threw him out a couple times because it just was not having fun stitching him. The way I just wasn't very good in the beginning. So there's like a lot of little mistakes in the way the thread lays and stuff with the 2 strands, but I've gotten much better. And it's fine. Like, don't throw out your very first projects, because it's like a progression. You can see how you started and then where you're at now and how much better. And even now that it's only been like over a year and a half, not even quite a year and a half that I've been stitching. It's like even a few months ago, I'm like, oh, my stitches look better even 4 months ago. So just keep getting better. So I just patchworked him, and the snowmen on the back were really cute. I'm like, oh, they match him so much with his little pipe cleaner hat. I don't know what that's called. Pipe stove hat. Something like that. It reminds me of the president, Abraham Lincoln, you know, his big tall hat. Pipe stove? Stovepipe. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah. And inside is just like a burgundy. But now he's just going to be able to, I'll be able to see him all the time and get him used. And this one's housing the Hector stocking that I'm working on for my husband. So that's just going to be worked on, you know, maybe I'll do Christmas in July, maybe I'll wait till November, December, and that's that. So that's the only fully finish I have. Finishes. I have, I think, 4 finishes, and I did really good this month. I had quite a few starts. I think I had more starts than finishes, but I'm still making, I'm not going too underwater. I just did a head count for this last month. I have 35 whips, so a little bit more than I'm used to, but they're just coming along. So this one I finished for my daughter. It's from the Witchy Stitcher off her Etsy shop, and it's called Eat the Rude. And it is done on 28 count black Monaco, 2 strands. I used 2 strands. And this will get framed for her. She loves Hannibal, the TV show Hannibal. And this is kind of a saying from that. I don't know, but, and it's so funny because I surprised her with it when it was all done. And she had this pinned to her Pinterest board, and I didn't even know that because I don't think I'm like, I didn't even know she had a Pinterest board, and I've never followed it or anything. But yeah, Eat the Rude. She loves it. Now we just need to find a frame for it. I mean, it'd be cute to do a little pillow for her room too, like to put on her bed or something, but I'll see what she wants. I think she wanted a frame, but she's been really picky. I still have another something I finished from her that's supposed to go into a black gothic looking frame, and all the ones she's seen, she's like, no, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I'm like, oh my goodness. So picky. That's all right. The next finish, I'll put on my little board here, which is, yeah, like fuzzies everywhere. Oh my gosh. When you, like, whenever I make a bunch of bags and, you know, in your sewing room and cutting, it just becomes a big mess. I can't even believe how dusty it gets in here with all the fabric cutting. And yeah, so everywhere I turn, I've got like strands of stuff everywhere. Okay, this is from the Blue Flower, and it is called Tudor Bee. And I finished this, I started this last summer, and I just decided to pull it out and get it done so I'll have something cute for this summer, because I have a few spring decor stuff, but I don't have, I think, oh, I have one bee thing. Yeah, but this will be another one to add. So I will finish this into a little pillow and be able to display it out there. This was done on, let me see, 40 count fiber on a whim Morganite. It's just a really pale pink, but just so cute. I like all her Tudor or all her bee ones, like the one bright one that's on like a purple fabric and stuff, but it's just fun. I love how much it's filled in too, because it's a small pillow or, you know, chart, but it's jam-packed and just your eyes just like, whoa, where to look? But it can, I mean, it's not too busy. The big bees, like the center, and then you can see all the other things around. So that was a finish. And then I had a spring basket. It was a start and a finish. And this is by Crochet A Go-Go. And I got this off of Etsy. And this is on 40 count vintage country mocha, or country mocha. It's called just country mocha, but I think it's vintage country mocha. 40 count. And I messed up right away. I went, did it across, and then I'm like, oh, let's get that big flower in. Well, he was like over 2 wrong. So when I started doing all this down here, I'm like, oh no, the bunny's going to be too tight. So there's like, I think they're not evenly spaced. I think there's like 1 or 2 spaces off. So, but I was not going to rip it out. I'm like, it's not going to be that noticeable for a little pillow that's on a curve anyhow, and no one's going to be staring. So, but almost everything I own that I've done has had one little mess up in it. I don't think there's anything that's finished that hasn't had one slight little, fudge area in it. So I just made it work. I think I made his butt just a little smaller. But I love the colors on here. And I will finish this into a little pillow. My goal is to have 25 Foley finishes. And so I'm like probably going to wait. Maybe just do 1 or 2 a month or something, and then maybe cram at the end of the year. We've got some stuff coming up. Like our whole life is like in limbo right now because might be some big changes coming up. So my mind is so overwhelmed with these what ifs in this big life change. And so, and it's not decided yet, and it's still like in the works, but yeah, I'm like, what's life gonna hold for me in the next year and a half? So, which it's good news, it's fun, great news, and I'm super excited for it, but it's not final yet, so it's like I'm just like in limbo, I guess. I'm in purgatory. All right. So those were, one more I had to start and finish. And it is Maggie May from Stacy Nash. You guys all know little Maggie May. And I did something different. So I plan on doing quite a few of the animal crackers from her. They're just so cute and I love them. But because this change that's happening, I don't know about space-wise, room, and those little animals, I mean, they could take up a fair amount of room. And so I decided to do her on perforated paper. And so she's just, very slim. She's a skinny bunny. She only eats veggies, so she stays nice and skinny. But that's not true. A lot of vegetarian animals, like hippos, are vegetarians. My guinea pigs are vegetarians, and they're like chonky. So, but rabbits are, they're not omnivores. Well, no, they're not. But they can if they need to be. But so, perforated paper. I did it on white, and then I just backed it with felt, and I put magnets on. So my kind of thought process for these little animal crackers were having them all on the side of my refrigerator, like just a cute little family, a whole zoo on the side of my fridge. Or I also have my friend Leah bought me this, which I have not mounted yet, but just like a metal board. And I have one guy on here already. This was from a Mill Hill kit, and I have a couple of needle minders on here. And I'm like, oh, how cute to just be able to, have your little animal crackers on a magnet board if you don't have a lot of room. But on the side of my fridge, the side that doesn't face like the main kitchen, so they're not going to get greasy or dirty. It's the side that when you come into the kitchen, it's like off to the side where that you would see. So I'm like, oh, that would be really cute to just have them all mounted on the side of your fridge. But lots of ideas. So I think I'm just going to continue doing my animal crackers on perforated paper, 18 count, and so they're not overly big, and do that. which is super cute. Oh, and then I also, I'll just set the board down. Don't fall, I was like, okay, let's put a little doodad in her hair. So I found just this little bow type rosette thing. Like, that just kind of looks cute if you can see a little bow in her hair. So it's just stuck on there. If I don't like it, it just peels off. It's just like a peel and stick little sticker thingy there. And I'm like, oh, I'll leave it on, see if I like it. If I get tired of it or it's distracting, you just peel it off and it's fine. So I wanted to just dress her up a little bit. But that's Maggie May from Stacy Nash. So some new starts. I have, well, Maggie May was a new start and a finish. And then the spring basket was a start and a finish. And then this start, the Prairie Schooler, now that it's April, I put the March one away and I pulled out April and started April. 40 count lamb's wool on all the Prairie Schools I do. And I just have a small start on this one so far. And there it is. It's, it feels like deja vu because every month I start the new one. It's like, okay, and they're all consistently like, they've got a little design up in the corner and then the wording and then the thing. And it's like, feels homey when you pull a new one out and start it. Super excited. Look at all the pink in that house and the big bunny. I'm loving the colors in April. So get this worked on. Oh my gosh, it's already like, what, the 9th of April today? And I don't have that much done, but just working, slowly plugging away. Super cute. So that was a new start. And I don't think you saw this start last time, or was I talking about it, or had I started? I can't remember. It's been almost a month since my upload, and that's way too long. I'm trying to go every 2 weeks, but something comes up and I'm like, oh, I gotta wait a couple days. I'll wait a couple more days. And I'm like, oh, I'm not in the mood for that. Oh, I gotta shower and put some makeup on and do my hair to come say hi. I'm like, tomorrow. I'm such a tomorrow girl. But I think you hadn't seen this one. I think it was just talked about, but it's Satsuma Street Egg Hunt. And love the bright colors. I didn't pick a dark color. I went light. It's a fox and rabbit, 40 count. Is that the front or back? Okay. Was one of their newest from the Fabric of the Month Club. What was it on? It is on called, Promise of Spring. And it's just a really light minty green, like very light mint. You could kind of see the difference here, but when you come up close, it looks so, white, but it's just a pale mint, really pretty. And this one's fun. The colors are so great, bright. Satsuma Street, she loves her colors, and they all work and play so well together. So pretty. And there it is up close. It's just one strand on 40 count, all DMC. Everything so far has been just DMC that I've used. Yep, nothing. I'll just assume it's DMC unless I say otherwise, because I'm just mostly a DMC connoisseur. But I love the other stuff too, but when it's just quick and easy and the colors are gorgeous and don't feel like ordering, because the closest LNS to me is like 2 hours away. So the next new start is in this bag. It's just a patchwork, bright blue and yellow. Felt very summery and florally. Summery and florally. This is a new start from, it's a new chart from the Nashville releases this year. And I only bought 2. I bought the frog and this one. And it is called Mrs. Julia D. Brown's portfolio. It's 2 of these. They did it on perforated paper, which I picked linen to do it on. I don't know. I've never done perforated paper this big. I'm not opposed to it. Maybe someday, but I just wanted to do it on linen. And I started the floral one. I plan on doing both of them, but I will start the other one when this one's done. Love, love, love these. Like, this was the one chart that made my heart pitter-patter with the release. There wasn't a whole lot that I'm like, oh, I had to have. There's a lot that I'm like, oh, I'd like to have, but I'm trying to work from a stash and not buy too much right now and just kind of, you know, enjoy what I have, right? But that doesn't mean I don't love getting new stuff. I do, but being picky. And this is on 40 count. This is also Fox and Rabbit from their club. Oh, did I not write it down? Spun Moonlight, maybe? Maybe I'll write it down below. I cannot remember. In Fox and Rabbit, they have stickers that they send, but I took the sticker off. Might be Spun Moonlight. I don't know. I can't remember. But I think, oh, you know, I was trying to space it out and see if I had enough for both of them on the same fabric. I might. I think I might. It'll be close. Yeah, I should be able to have. If I could have probably moved this over like a 1/4 inch, because when this comes over a little bit, it's going to be close onto there. But I think I can make it work on both of them on this color fabric, because I want them to match. So when I hang them up, they'll be next to each other, all matchy. Same frames, same linen color. They'll just be twinsies. Having so much fun with this one. It is nothing like I've done before. This fun little, you know, usually it's like so much like straight borders, and then, you know, you got the different little motifs all in throughout the border, and that big huge flower in the middle. I'll show you again if you can't remember. So pretty. So yep, this is, I'm working on the small little butterfly. Yeah, I think it's a butterfly. Looks mothy butterfly. So pretty. The colors are gorgeous. Yeah, I'm having fun with this one as well. Also 40 count, like I said, 1 strand, all DMC. And those were all my new starts. So on to whips. My first whip, which means work in progress, is, I'll show you my bag, which it's got like cat hair all over it. I don't know. I think it was laying down on the carpet out in the other room or rug. It's in this bag, which I made. It's from a quilt block that I was going to make a quilt, but I decided to make bags from it instead. And it's the sale that I'm hosting. It's called Let Freedom Ring by Leela Studio. And it's a 1.5-year sale. We started it January 4th and we end July 4th, 2026. And I broke it into like weekly chunks. The chunk size is like 24 by 40. And so very manageable. It shouldn't be more than 500 stitches a week. And did I say monthly? Weekly chunks. 500, about no more than 500 stitches. We haven't got to the building yet, or at least I haven't got to the building. Some people started from the bottom and working up. Some people started in the middle working out. But I don't know, it might be a little more than 500 stitches because this will be dense, you know, stitching. And right now, I'm working ahead a little bit, not a whole lot now because it's catching up, but this is on 40 count vintage country mocha, and it's all DMC with the call for fancy floss. So I picked what they called for, and we've got all the way across. And then now this last week we were starting to work, or actually 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks into the second row here. I think we're like here, but I've gone a little further over. This is all 1/1, so I've been working little by little, you know, do a word, you know, a word a day or something. But yeah, can't wait to get down to the building and to the tree line there. It's so beautiful. So much fun to work on. So every Saturday on Instagram and on their Facebook group, we have a Facebook group. So if you are interested in joining, or you have been following along and like, oh, I didn't know about a Facebook group, just send me an email at, I'll list it here, and I will get you signed up for the Facebook group. But every week I post the next section that we do, and people have been so great at, if there's any problems with the chart, or they've changed a certain color and they've suggested, because the house, or the building is called for like Calico Kitty or used brick. And some people are like, oh, that's a little dull. So other people have like, oh, I'm gonna use this one or that one, and they've put down what they're using, so you can see if you're like, okay, I'm not a fan of the used brick, maybe I'll go with the other one. So I think there's over 100 people in the Facebook group, and they've just been great at posting any issues and things that they've done. And it's not overly busy in there, but you know, people are pretty good at posting things and seeing progress and all the different areas that somebody else has started. So yeah, that one is fun. The next one, it's in this bag, it's another patchwork. It's called Old Garden line. That's that. And it is my French sampler from Reflet de Soie, and it's like a nid couvert. Every time I have to say that word, I'm like, oh my gosh. Any French speakers, like, lady, stop. But this one is on 40 count as well. Boy, it's the 40 count trend. And it's from Be Stitch Me, lightly salted, not roasted. And there it is. Man, don't you love this one? I love this one. I love this just ornate border. Very, very time consuming, and lots of thread changes, color changes. And so I worked down through here this last time. I got this little birdie with her flowers done, and that bird put in. And yeah, I'll probably go in a little bit and then maybe go over to this border and keep just working my way down. Man, look at how cute that peacock is over there. I did him last time. So pretty. I love, love, love this one. And I love the fabric too. It's just a really warm, peachy, golden, happy colors. Which I like it because a lot of these colors are kind of cool. And I like how they pop on the warm fabric. Yeah, so much fun. This one I just want to pull out all the time. I think I've said that to you guys plenty of times before. All right, the next guy is in this bag, which is not wintry, but I just needed, I needed a bag. Just another patchwork, bright colors, polka dots on the back. And this is also another Crochet to Go-Go, and it's called the Winter Sampler. Started that this winter, and I pulled it out. I'm like, I was in the mood for working on it a little bit. I don't know why. You know, sometimes I just have I have the internet pick my random number, and then I have, you know, a list of all my works in progress, and I just have her pick, and then, so maybe this was one of her picks. But this is on a Fox and Rabbit mud. Let's see, do I have this one written down? Mud cake? Question mark? I lost the thing again. But it was also a fabric of the month, 40 count. Love the color. It's just a nice dark neutral, not too warm, not too cool. It's a good color. And the white just pops off it. I wanted it a little darker. But the owl, one of the colors that he was supposed to be a little bit blended a little too much into here, so I had to change him up a little bit, but I think I just went a little darker on his wing. Yeah, just working on this little house. I don't know, I don't think I put too much in, but I did work on him a little bit. And he'll just probably come back out in the winter time. I am over winter, done, sun. And so that's that. That's all I gotta say about that. The next one is in this bag, which I just did kind of stripes. This was for a leftover from a runner. Where's my runner? Oh, there. I don't think you'll be able to see it. No, I made like a table runner, and this was like leftover from the table runner. And just floral on the back. That's my Teresa Kogut sal that we're doing. It's in her Patreon, and it's a 1.5-year sal, and it's called Hometown. Every month on the 15th it comes out, which I'm caught up now. Oh no. Well, technically I'm caught up, but I have this next section to do before the 15th. So I have a week to get it done. Each section usually takes me about 3 days to knock out because the houses are pretty dense. So yeah, it's about a 3 long day session, maybe 4 if I think maybe like 500 stitches a day or something. They're about 1,500 stitches a month. But I've been able to stay up on track, and I get it done before the 15th of every month before the next section comes out. And this is Up in the Attic 40 count from Fox and Rabbit, all DMC. Every once in a while she throws in a fancy floss conversion that she's picked, but I'm just sticking with the DMC. It works great. Yeah. Very cute. Lots of fun houses. And it's such great, easy stitching because it's so much fill-in once you get the house started. It's just straight lines across with some windows here and there. Nothing too... I mean, a couple of buildings, there's some brickwork in there, but not too many. All right, the next work in progress is in this patchwork bag I made. It's got little piggies. And it's the Barbara Anna All Creatures Great and Small. This has been a year. I think I started it last February or something. I got a fair amount done. I worked, I think I put this section and this house in. This is on 40 count vintage country mocha. And it's all the DMC. And I'm getting there. I was halfway done. And now, because I think there's just, yeah, there's 4 levels. 4 levels. So here's the 3rd. And then I started a little bit on that house there. And then I do a little bit of the border. And then I'll go in and do a little of that. This will be at the very end when I can put I think my initials and the date I finish it. Which might be this year. Might be next year. I don't know. Oh, I gotta come down on this border before I get too far behind there. I love her little animals. The farm. So cute. So that's Barbara Anna. All right, this next one, I was really trying to get a finish. And I got burnt out and I just had to put it away. But it's the Blue Flower Huckleberry Farm. And this was started last January, and I was really trying to get it done February. Well, I wanted to get it done January, but then I'm like, okay, February. And then I'm like, oh, March. Well, now we're in April. I had to do some frogging, and so that's why I got really upset and just had to put it down. I had all of this done before, and I messed it up, and so I had to frog all that, and then now I just put it all back in again. So that was not fun. That was really evil. And yeah, it's fine now. I think it's on track, all good. And I think actually this bear or something's off here. This got a little close, and I'm just leaving it. It's not ripping that out. It's going to be just fine. Whatever down here, fill in, and then I think the alphabet here. This one I was doing for my grandma, and I still have to figure out if I want to put like in here her name and dates of her birth and death, and or if I'm going to do the alphabet. So I'm just kind of saving that part for last. So I just have finished here, and this will get done this year. This will not linger into 2026. We will get it done. We as in me. I don't have a turd in my pocket. Oh, and that was in this bag. Just, it's got bees on it because of honeybees from the bear. And that wraps up my whips. All right, I had a giveaway, and I was giving away for my 4,000 subscriber. It was 4,000 and something else. Oh, and 1 year. It was 1 year in YouTube and 4,000. So I was giving this bag away, and the winner is, I'll put it right here, but also Nola. Oh, no, I just smudged it. Nola MC Neely 7857. Right here. So congratulations, Nola. You got a bag. You got a bag. So just send me an email, message me on Instagram or an email, and I'll get your address, and I will get this mailed out to you. Thank you so much for everyone who left a comment and congratulated me on my 1 year. Nice little feat. The first year done. I'm still a toddler, but I'm learning to walk. But sometimes, like, I think if I would stay like every 2 weeks, it gets a little out of hand, and then I'm like tripping over my words and everything. But yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for all your comments and all your support. I love hearing what you guys say down there and chat with me. It's good fun. Oh, my hair is bugging me. I got a cut, speaking of now personal stuff, and I don't know. I feel like it's too mom bob. I didn't have bangs, and I got some bangs, and I don't know if I like my bangs. I don't know. I just feel like it's mom bobbish, which I like a bob, but I just feel like for me it's might be too plain. I don't know what I want to do. As I've aged, my hair's thinned out so much, and it just doesn't lay like it used to when I get cuts. And I don't know, hair. Are we always struggling with our hair? I don't know. Sometimes it's like I wish I was a dude and just could go bald. I mean, women can wear bald too, but not as easily as men. It's not as accepted, but all right. So the only new things I got were the 2 charts. I think I'm going to start the little froggy. I forgot the frog's name. I don't even know where it is. Oh, I know. I did put stuff in here. Oh, when I was out thrifting, I found a couple little napkins too that were embroidered. And I don't think I'll use them as napkins. I don't think I'm going to save that, but I was like, oh, there's some fabric to, you know, do just some smalls on. So I think it was like $1 for some even weave. There was that. And for all good things, we offer thanks. I might keep this one like that. I don't know. This is really soft. This one's a little stiffer. I don't know. I just took them home, figure out something with them. Let's see. Oh, here. It's Lily the frog. And I'm going to start this one also on the white 18 count, it's fuzzies, perforated paper. It just comes, I got off 1-2-3 stitch. This one I got 18 count and I got, I think just a 14 count. 14 and 18. I don't know, do they make a 16? Do they even, I don't know if they make a 20. That'd be pretty small. The 18 is good. It's because that kind of averages out to about a 36 count. Oh, and then one other thing from, I got off 1-2-3 stitch is the Satsuma Street Angel ornament. I'm really loving the perforated paper with the little ornaments and, you know, flats. It just doesn't take up much room, but they make a statement. So this one will be a start for winter next year. I had done Lollyclaws, which I haven't finished her yet. I'm looking at her over there. She's sitting watching me. She watches me sew, but yeah, so cute. Oh, and then I just picked up from Hobby Lobby some embroidery material because I'm kind of practicing hand embroidery. I was doing some dish towels and I'm like, I picked that up. So along with cross stitching, I'm just practicing the hand embroidery. It's going okay, not great. Cross stitching, you know, is a little more structured, where the hand embroidery is a little more loosey-goosey. You know, you don't have to get the exact holes and as precise. So I'm second guessing myself a lot of times when I'm like, is this the right way to go in and out? Or should I, you know, move it over a little notch or something? But I think once you get used to it, you'll just, there's more creative licensing to the hand embroidery versus the cross stitch, because yeah, you have to follow the chart exactly, where hand embroidery is like, you could flub a little bit here and there. So that it's got its pluses and minuses on both sides. Oh, also thrifting. I found this cute little tomato with a little strawberry. It came with all the little pins. I think it's older. It's not one of the newer ones. I don't know how vintagey it is, but it's more the older one. So I have that. I've had this was my mom's tomato for years and years. And it's like fuzzy down here. Fuzz everywhere. But yeah, that's just a plain old tomato. It's got the same little, like, I'll show you how dusty that catches all the dust off my cutting mat. But it's got like the same little white tag. I don't know. Oopsie. Pin down. Piper down. All right. So those are some of my new purchases. I'll find that later. And personal life. So like I said, there might be some big news coming up, which I'll maybe be able to talk about it next time if it even happens. It might not. So and then, oh, last time I went in for a biopsy for my annual skin check, and it did not come back melanoma, which I'm thankful, but it came back as aggressive cells that often turn into melanoma. So I did have to go back in, and they took out more. It was on the back of my leg. So it was like, they took out like 1.5 inch gouge. Well, not, you know, they took out a gouge and it ended up being a 1.5 incision. And I just took the stitches out yesterday. Like, my dermatologist is about an hour away from me, and it had been 2 weeks since I'd gone, and I wasn't going to drive back to have her take out the stitches. But it's super easy because she did like a running stitch. So you just clip them, you know, both ends or in the middle, or, you know, and then try to pull it out. And so I just did it myself versus driving in an hour, and it's healing up pretty good. It got so bruised, and actually she did a really crap job stitching. It looks like I look like Frankenstein back there, but I think I could have done a better job stitching myself up. Like, she like overlapped me, so like the skin is like on top of each other. It looks like puckered, and it's just ugly. So, oh well, it's just the back of my leg. All right, anything else that is going on? I don't think so. I think that's about it. And let me look at my notes. Yeah, that's all she wrote, folks. And thanks for tuning in, and happy Easter, everybody. I think next weekend is Easter, and I know I won't be on before Easter, so have a wonderful Easter, and I will see you hopefully in 2 weeks. Please, because this just gets way too out of hand and I can't remember. And yeah, 2 weeks is better. But thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one. Take care. Bye.